people talk about the next generation of talent, I still sometimes struggle a little bit with identifying the next generation, and particularly understanding how the next generation have different needs to me and the generation that went before. I want a work-life balance. The way that we approach this business, this is everyone, every single person who's now involved with us now has given up something. And when I say given up something, they've engaged with us massively. They spent time, energy. What I'm very conscious of now when we take people on is that we want to make them work hard, because we've all given for it. And if they don't, then you're never going to feel good about the fact that they're sharing the same seat or a different seat at the same table. I think for us as a brand, the first thing that we look to when we recruit people is making sure that they are similar in some sense to us. And that doesn't mean same skill sets, it doesn't mean same character. What it does mean is that they have a similar ambition, they're like-minded, they appreciate similar things like hard work, honesty, making sure that you do as good a job as you can. So for us, is it different for the new generation compared to older generations? I don't think that the fundamental aspects of that will have changed in any way at all, no. For us, we're very much focused on understanding who people are, what drives them, what motivates them, and what we can do to, I guess, ultimately retain them. And then on the other side, in terms of what's different, we can use things like social media to communicate our message a lot more clearly about who we are by the same token. We want to be friends with the guys that we work with, and we want them to be friends with each other. So how we recruit, how we engage them in the process and make sure that they understand who we are, what our motivations are, and we can understand the same from them is a massive part of it. Once we have that as a platform, and that's where our total focus lies, then it means that then hopefully all you should really do is stand back, see those relationships grow, and then you're already friends. One of the best examples of that actually is one of the part of the people in the restaurant, they've set up their own Instagram account where they basically just only people from work, they're all friends, and they just use it to check in what's happening at work when on their days off and making sure that they're not missing out. So that wouldn't, had we set up a page for them, that would not have worked. What does work is if you get the right people in, they can just let it flourish themselves, and that's what we're really looking to try and do. It's been very, very rewarding seeing how that has manifested itself with staff and their own relationships in the restaurant. The thing about social media is it can just be a lot more honest and it can be a lot more instantaneous. And with the younger generation now, they're so quick at it, it amazes me. But social media is very much a tool and it's an output of what we do. If we are able to get our internal messaging right, that's everything. And that means internal messaging on what the brand is about, and then what staff want from the brand, what staff want from their working lives, how we engage as a team with the community. And then all we simply do is we use social media as another communication channel in the same way that you'd use media or you'd use PR. Only if we put the right platform in place can we get our messages out there, however they get out there. My advice to anyone who's looking to hire their next generation of talent would be to make sure that the process you set up is as fun and as innovative as possible, as testing as possible, and that takes a huge amount of work. And then I would make sure that they work in some form or another as hard as you are, whether it's during the process or coming back afterwards. We put them in experiential learning or experiential sort of situations where we can see how they act under pressure.